Hi everyone, it's Alisha Brasher here at Cosmic Gateway, and once again I am joined with a beautiful soul brother of mine, Donovan. He's going to be co-sharing, co-hosting with me this week as we do our energy update report and the intuitive guidance reading. So I'm very excited to be welcoming you back and having you here with me and joining me. So we're trying something a little new, doing this via teleconference. So we'll just roll with it and see how it goes. But Donovan, thank you. Thank you for being here. This week, wow. I mean, where to begin? I know I say that nearly every week. But in all honesty, I mean, we've had some pretty potent energies come through and flood the planet. We had the Schumann over the weekend, which was spiking for almost record. I say almost because I don't think it was, but we had 24 hours almost precisely. I know for our time zone, because we're in the same time, it started around midnight. I think it was Friday night, and then it moved into it finished around midnight the following night. So I know it was pretty intense. And then, a few days later, we moved into the full moon. So we had 0 point full moon in Virgo as the sun went into Pisces, which is our sign.
Right, Vicky, that's the one.
So
Uh,
how have you felt the collective energy, and how are you navigating the last week?
well, other than the fact that a lot of us couldn't talk or communicate, right?
I
And it
got
was
my
like,
voice back.
right, we're like, it's happening again. It's happening again. Oh my God. Like, it's, just energetically, it's just like this weird thing. It's like, I know what I'm feeling, but to actually express that, which is funny because we're going to talk about the universal year 3, right? About self-expression. I'm going to tell you about an intuitive hit that I had from your last live with Elle.
Yeah,
But just that Virgo full moon, I've never in my life experienced a more uncomfortable full moon ever. I swear to God. I don't know how it was for you, but when I went to sleep that night, I felt completely uncomfortable. And I mean like a vibration that I don't experience that kind of. Normally I don't experience that kind. Like I can experience high energies, but not like in a really, really uncomfortable way.
very abrupt.
It was abrupt, yeah, and it was like confronting or something. So I went to sleep, and then the dreams that I had were, we're doing all this work in dreams now. It feels like we're doing more work in dreams now, more than we ever have.
Yeah,
You
there's a
know,
big cleanup on 4D or on the astral plane, I should say. That's what it feels like. I know I've had so many conversations in the last week where people are just having violent dreams, they're having nightmares, or just doing hardcore duty, boots on, get into it, get the work done. And
yeah.
that's, individually in our own cleanup of our own timelines collapsing, or, some of us are more, collective oriented and what's happening, on the bigger.
Yeah. You know what it felt like to me? It felt like literally I was involved in destroying old constructs, old structures that were in place. And it was so powerful, but it was really, really uncomfortable. And what was actually interesting about it was, like, normally I'll, on a full moon, go to sleep, you have your dreams, as we do, a lot of us, you wake up and you're kind of like, oh, okay, cool, on we go. No, not this one. Not this one. Right into the next day, I was like, and I always say, because I always feel it in the solar plexus, was just, oh my God, can you give me a break? Like, it was just like wrenching up. So a lot of old timelines, a lot of old emotional programs, clearing out all that generational stuff, and also working with souls all around the planet through dream state. It's uncanny how you wake up and you'll just know you've worked with souls all around the planet. It's absolutely amazing. So what came through in the intuitive hit when you did your last live, for some reason I just got hit with the number 12. Now, it's a universal 3 year that comes from 12. 2 plus 0 plus 1 plus 9 equals 12. And as you were talking, I suddenly got this kind of hit, and I'm like, it's not like rocket science or anything, right? But it was like the 1 and the 2. I was kind of like, I hadn't thought of it from that aspect. It was like January, February, right? The 1 and the 2 makes the 3. So what I've been feeling and picking up in the last couple of days since that wave is that there's another one coming in March. That's what it feels like. And you know how, so we'll go through that Schumann spike, and then we'll get a rest, we'll get a lull, and then we'll get ready and up at ramps. And this one's kind of like the lull. It's not much of a lull. Are you feeling that too?
I love it. I love the synchronicities, because all week in my sessions, I've been doing this U shape, and I keep talking about about this U shape that's going on. And I'll go into that a bit in a second. I get too excited. But there's this,
Right. And U in numerology equals 3, now that you mentioned that. So there you go.
Wow. I love it.
So what it feels like is we've come off the peak of it, but we haven't gone that far down from where we're going to go in the next one. And that's why at the moment, and people, I told you I had a headache all day, and I've had some really big stuff navigating in relationships with people and things like that. There's a lot of stuff being exposed, and it's just a feeling of general uncomfortableness, and making major decisions at the moment is just like, is it the right time? But yet that soul calling that I was talking about a week ago or so is so strong. It's like you can't avoid it. You can run, but you can't hide. We're still being pushed and urged, like as light workers. It's like, I'm sorry, but the time's now. You've got to go. Yeah. You've got to move, and you've got to honour what you you're being called to do, and move forward.
Absolutely. Yeah. And I'm glad you brought that up, because that's also, it's been such a prominent topic, and I think we're all kind of tapping into that. And I just want to share something just quickly. It's been, burning around all week for me, because I've had that call to move in a slightly different direction at the moment. I'll talk about that in a second, but I noticed this parallel, and December 2015 for me, I had the loudest call I've ever felt from my soul, my higher self. It was within me that something massive was about to transpire. I had no idea what it was. I knew it was my soul calling me, leading me into a totally new direction. And I had this really intense dialogue for days, probably even weeks. And I basically said, I made this commitment. I said, whatever it is, I'm 100% committed to this planetary ascension, and whatever it takes, I will do. There was this real commitment of, I will do whatever it takes. and my life completely changed, and people who know my personal story know that was a major turning point. And it felt like a very similar energy has come around again. And that's why I'm talking about it, is because there's this calling that's like pulling, and you can't navigate it. There's only one straight way, and that is what you're here to do. And I had to sit with that, because it felt like that chapter was closing for me. I've been talking about like the Vesica Pisces. I feel like there's one massive aspect or chunk, sorry, there's another one, and it's overlapping at the moment, and we're just being pulled into this new soul alignment direction. Absolutely. Would you agree with that?
I couldn't agree more with everything you said, because such a key word that keeps coming up for me, and you just said it, is this word commitment. Like, what on your spiritual path, on your soul path, what are you committed to? Right? And it's like this pool of energy. It's like you already made agreement with yourself when you came into this lifetime. So don't start whinging about it and complaining. It's just that the energies are going, it's time, manifest, right? Instant manifestation at an all-time high. Yeah. And the other thing So yeah, commitment is funny because I just wrote up a post and it was all about making the commitment to yourself. What are you here to do? What are you here to gift? What are you here to express into the world? Anyway, so and the other thing that's coming on really strong is if you honor it, there's this weird energy going on where it's like the universe, the thing that I've been getting all week, this other message is rewards for work already done. Mm. It's like if you commit to it, it's just going to manifest so instantly and flow in. It's going to blow your mind to the point you're going to get used to it. Like it's like the
new normal,
the new norm, like instant manifestation. And I don't know how many of us, you know, collectively have been experiencing it, but I certainly have. Is like every conversation, every theme. If I don't, whether I want it or I don't want it, I've got to be really careful what I'm thinking and what I'm saying because it's just so quick. It's ridiculous. Like, and what are you committed to is something that it's been coming in so strong. And on a soul level, what are you committed to? The other thing, just quickly, because I know right? The other thing that I wanted to say that I've been feeling is it's just escaped me. See what happens?
Doing this dance of information input output.
Yeah. Oh gosh, it was
around the commitment of soul work, instant manifestation.
Yeah, no, work like walking in two worlds. You were saying about the Vesica Pisces, right? And it's bringing up this experience where you feel literally like you can't navigate it because you're not in one or the other.
Yeah,
we're in this weird vortex.
Yeah,
and we just have to kind of just keep moving and trusting with true trust and divine faith. And you're getting all the examples and evidence that it's all working out perfectly, but you've got no choice. You're just going to have to go with it, and that's there was something more, but it escaped me. Yep.
Yeah, no, it's definitely, you know, what I couldn't articulate around the time of the full moon, and I'll be honest, I was in a big spin. I had to make some really important choices that I knew I had to make, and it was a hard decision to make. And it was like, yeah, I have to trust this next phase. And going back to that, you know, 2015, it was like, that was my 3D graduation. And now I've been navigating this 4D space since then, in and out, you know, as we all are doing in our own frequency. Right. And I was, okay, now I'm graduating to the next level. You know, I see it as a graduation. We graduate, and I realize I'm being pulled in this direction, which was, you know, which is exciting, yet it's still morning. As you're saying, there's like, we are in this in-between space, and a lot of people are in that space where the new timelines are emerging, but not fully active. The old ones are dropping away, and we're in this limbo space, and it is a process. And I think we've been in that place for a few weeks now.
You just unlocked it. Yeah, you just unlocked it for me. The other experience, and I'm hearing this on a collective level, right? Talking to people around the world, we're having this other experience too, vibrationally, where because we're upgrading to a frequency, right? We're starting to experience that certain ways and souls that we've had around us that we used to work with, and I know because you spoke about this earlier to me today, but you're feeling this pull of energy towards certain frequencies, certain souls that are on a level that are more in alignment with what your soul is calling you to do. And it's actually causing a lot of dropping away of, you know, maybe like, you know, old products, people, circumstances that we used to do. But it's to align us to it's almost like a more laser point focus to what's it's like how do I explain it? It's like a slightly more specific vibration that is bringing a particular group of souls. And the other thing that I noticed recently is a lot of master number souls, people with master numbers, are being pulled together to work together. And groups are forming, things are happening, meditation, alliances are coming together. And it's like this energy of the 11s, the 22s, and the 33s, the master numbers are all being told, you've done all your work on your own. We really need to pull you together now, because you're going to amplify all your soul callings, and you're going to activate each other. And it feels like they're getting pulled in really magnetically to each other. So that was just another observation on that.
Yeah, spot on, which leads me beautifully into my announcement, and we'll move on to this. But I have been kind of called to this direction for a while now, and I have been speaking about it. And because of that, I'm actually taking a break, let's call it that, from my one-on-one sessions, because I'm being called to do this mentoring group work of really helping people step into their mission and create their spiritual business, or dive into becoming that practitioner. And I've been doing this now for over 12 months, kind of more informally through my sessions. And now I'm being, like you were saying, laser focused, that I have to kind of, bring that together. And it is bringing people together to work together and create this kind of network, if you will, of all these amazing souls that are ready to take that leap. And that work feels very exciting to me. And so I'm putting together this, light workers call to duty, and some other programs that I had been on the back burner for a while, but now I've got like, you can't put this off. And to be able to do that and to keep my focus, I do have to temporarily step away from doing my sessions. So, if people have been on my website, they may have recognized already that I've blocked off and put sold out on all my sessions. That is the reason, is because I'm upgrading, I'm renovating, and being, I guess I could say, redirected slightly. And so, that's an exciting time for me, and the collaborations that are coming through, because what I'm loving is that I have the ability to have this bird's eye view and tapping into people's unique soul vibration and what they're here to bring, and really help bring that out in them and get it out into the world. And I kind of, you're like this, the numbers, the maths came to me, and it said, going back to what you're saying earlier, like, March is going to be massive for the planet energetically. So many more people are just waking up and being activated, and it's very confusing if you go back to your waking up phase and ascension path, and trying to cope with it all. So if you see that on a bigger scale, I'm being drawn into this direction because I'm helping bring more people who can assist and serve more people. And if I can bring 10 people together and get them up and running, then their work will influence another 10, 20 people. So there's a bigger ripple effect. And that's, I've always been about the bigger picture and serving humanity and Gaia. That commitment that I made, all the that time, and that's where I'm at. And so, yeah, part of that is bringing beautiful people like Donovan and other people that I'll be co-hosting with over these weeks while I'm in this transition phase, so that more people can get exposure and collaborate, and it's very exciting. It really is. So
it is, and it's part of the recalibration, because also it's kind of like, when you say that, I get this phrase, the guides training the guides, like, you know what I mean, like, because then yeah, rather than having to, it's this.
Well, what's going on with our network?